What up, YouTube? It's your short hooper and super women's basketball fan, Cassi Jerkins, and today I want to talk about what's going on with Connecticut Sun. Okay, I have been a fan for about 3, 4 years now, and I have never seen a starting five just dissipate and disappear and go off in different directions the way Connecticut Sun has done in the past month. And I know a lot of Connecticut Sun people and women's basketball fans are just like, what happened? We need some time to grieve for the fact that an amazing starting five is no more. And I'm so sad because last year, the Connecticut Sun starting five, Alyssa Thomas, DeWanna Bonner, Dijonai Carrington, Bri Jones, and Ty Harris, switching out with Marina Mabrey, which we'll get into here and there, um, were my freaking favorite starting five. So I was so sad to see them gone. So I figured today we gotta go and walk through what happened with Connecticut Sun starting five and looking at what the pretty much brand spanking new starting five might be. Who knows if another move is going to be made, but it's looking not great. So let's get into it. So first off, what happened was Coach Stephanie White left the Connecticut Sun. She was there for one season and was such a good fit. You could tell that the starting five was happy with her. Not to mention she looked super badass in her jackets, and we're all here for her. I wanted her to win Coach of the Year among lots of other things. I also wanted Connecticut Sun to win that championship. It really felt like this was their year, especially in the beginning. They were winning left and right, undefeated. It wasn't until I believe the New York Liberty finally beat them at their eighth game, but they were going undefeated, and it was a joy to watch. It was looking great, and then unfortunately, with injuries and whatnot, and I mean, the Liberty were on a freaking tear to win it. Not to mention, Minnesota Lynx are just coming up as super dominant and are probably going to be really going for that championship in the 2025 season. So, needless to say, it didn't happen. And it feels like the Connecticut Sun organization was like, if it doesn't happen this year, then it's probably not going to happen with the starting five, which I'd, I'd really like to disagree. I'd like to believe if they were given one more season, they could have done it. But I think Stephanie White leaving to go to the Indiana Fever feels like she was poached by the Fever and Caitlin Clark because, again, she's super badass. So she left, and then we just saw the domino effect of everybody leaving. First, it started off with AT. Alyssa Thomas, my all time favorite WNBA player. She's so fun to watch. Um, Shocking trade alert. She went to the Phoenix Mercury. Now, this was also a big trade. So AT goes to the Mercury along with Ty Harris. So, boom, we see two of our starting five go to Mercury. And what we're going to later learn is Ty Harris doesn't stay at the Mercury very long. So in return, Sun gets Natasha Cloud, which I'm wearing her jersey. I freaking went to a Phoenix game and made it a point to get this custom jersey because I believed Natasha Cloud was going to be at the Phoenix Mercury for a very long time. She seemed so happy there. And I was a big Cloud fan when she was at the Mystics. And then I followed her at the Mercury, and she seemed very happy to be going there. And boom, Mercury trades her. And she's not happy about it. We'll get into that in just a second. So Natasha Cloud goes to the Sun. Beck Allen goes back to the Sun. She was at the Sun, then went up to Liberty, then went to Phoenix. Boom, back at the Sun. So I'm sure she's like, what the heck? I don't want to be playing with this team, especially if AT's gone and Ty Harris. And what we're going to learn, all the other starting fives. But then we quickly find out, boom, she's going to Chicago Sky. There's a trade that happened there. So Beck ends up going to the Sky. And then later, Ty Harris is going to go to the Wings. Now, I want to backtrack a little bit because Cloud getting traded to the Connecticut Sun, already knowing that AT's gone, Stephanie White's gone, Ty's gone. How did Cloud feel about that? Especially, how did Cloud feel about it when she was campaigning for the city of Phoenix and like singing its praises and just being such a player for the organization, and like bringing fans in like myself, and boom, she goes to the Connecticut Sun. Like, I was like, she can't be happy. And as somebody watching Unrivaled and following her on Instagram, I was like, how does she feel about this? Especially when Alyssa Thomas is being like, very excited to be at the Mercury, let's go. Cloud was radio silent. And then it wasn't until January 30th when she posted this picture along with a Bible verse. And that was the only thing that she had to say about, oh, I'm going to the Sun or goodbye, Phoenix. I mean, she hasn't even posted, all right, I'm playing with the Sun, which makes me think she's probably talking to her agent, being like, please get me out of here, especially with what else has transpired in the past few weeks. So, is Cloud going to stay with the Sun? I sure hope not. I'd love to see her go somewhere where her talents are like, utilized, and like she just needs to be treated right. She's such a good point guard, and like when she's with the right players, boom, it's so fun to watch. It clicks really well. So we'll find out if that happens. But I got to tell you about this Bible verse she posted, which is Romans 12:19, which is, beloved, never avenge yourselves, but leave it to the wrath of God, for it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay. So basically it's saying, hey, I'm pretty pissed off. I want to go on a revenge tour. God, please, please help me not go on a freaking revenge tour because I am pissed off. Can you take care of it, please? Please help me resist the temptation of revenge. So, needless to say, she's not happy. So Cloud, your fans are with you. We're like, free Cloud, please. I hope you go somewhere much better, because this is what also happens on January 30th when Natasha Cloud posts that Instagram. Bri Jones, another great player with the Connecticut Sun starting five, leaves to the Atlanta Dream. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty excited with this new Atlanta Dream and how it's like shaping out with like Alicia Gray and now Brittany Griner, and you still got your Jordan Canada, Alicia Gray, and it's looking pretty cool. Ryan Howard too. So very excited to see how they're going to play this upcoming season, and now with Bri Jones. So things are looking great. But again, Connecticut Sun now down 3 of the starting 5. And then, not too long after that, Dijonai Carrington announces that she's leaving for Dallas Wings. And this includes Ty Harris being like, boom, I'm over there too. So Dijonai Carrington, another part of the starting 5, also 2024's most improved player. She was part of this 4-team swap, which sent Satou Sabally to Phoenix Mercury. So now we're looking at the Phoenix Mercury no longer has Cloud or Griner, but now has Satou Sabally and Alyssa Thomas. Who knows if Taurasi is going to play next year or not? I'm sure she's still trying to figure it out. But dang, that's looking pretty fire. The Wings, still looking pretty fire, because we're all expecting Paige Beckers to go there. You still got Arike. Now you got Dijonai Carrington. You got Ty Harris. It's looking pretty strong over there too. Sun, what's going on? We're looking for that big move to be like, boom, here's our new starting 5. So along with this trade, Dallas receives Dijonai and the number 12 pick in the draft. And then they end up giving that to the Sun. And they also give the Sun guard JC Sheldon. JC's cool, last year she did average 5.4 points, 2.1 rebounds, 2.5 assists, and 0.6 steals. So we'll see, maybe Sun is going to be a good fit for her, where we can see her like go off a little bit more. So we'll see. And I apologize. The Dallas trade gave the Sun the number 8 pick, the Sun is going to get the number 12 pick. We'll get to that in a little bit. So that all happens. And now everybody's like, what about DeWanna Bonner? She's now the one last starting five of the Sun. Where is she going to go? Where is she going to stay? And everyone's like, she's probably going to go to Mercury to be with her fiance, Alyssa Thomas. Where's she going to go? Everybody's waiting. And we find out February 2nd. She's actually not going to be with her fiance, Alyssa Thomas. They are now going to compete against each other because DeWanna picked Stephanie White and Caitlin Clark over with the Indiana Fever, which this makes a lot of sense. Look, Caitlin Clark, yes, she can shoot the three. She's a great point guard. She has people on top of her all the time. So she needs to feed the ball to a shooter. And DeWanna Bonner is a shooter. She can knock those threes. And this feels like the most sense out of where everybody else is going. This one, I'm like, okay. I really see what Fever's doing. And yes, this makes the most sense. Now, the Connecticut Sun starting five is all gone, along with their coach. I live in LA. You know, I'm also a Sparks fan. So I'm watching all the games. I'm always like, ooh, check them out, you know. So I feel sad about losing the Connecticut Sun starting five. I cannot imagine what it feels like to be someone living in Connecticut Sun. You got your season passes, your season ticket holders, and everyone's gone. Everyone's gone. And I think everyone was super pissed. So what did the Connecticut Sun do? They signed Tina Charles. This feels like damage control to being like, hey, we're tanking and we're ready to have a really shitty season, but we got Tina Charles back. And Tina is very much loved by the Connecticut Sun fans because Tina started out as a Sun player back in 2010, played there until 2013, and many believe she came back to retire. So this is good for Tina. Honestly, this is like a pretty nice consolation prize because Tina Charles was awesome on the Dream last year. We're talking averaged 14.9 points, 9.6 rebounds, 2.3 assists, and 0.9 steals. Tina is so fun to watch. So seeing her play anywhere, she's going to go off and she's going to make it work. So yes. Can you hear my cat peeing? I should just not call attention to it. But so that happened. That's good. And, you know, Cloud and Mabrey, and you got JC Sheldon coming in. Are things starting to click? Another decent player was also added. We have Diamond DeShield from Chicago Sky coming to the Sun. She didn't play a ton of minutes last year at the Sky. You know, it was a pretty competitive roster, I would say, with the Sky. So she averaged 4.5 points, 1.4 rebounds, 1.3 assists, 1.6 steals, and played about 13.8 minutes per game. So I think for Diamond, this is good. She's going to come to the Sun. She's going to play more. So, you know, let's be positive that this is a good fit for the Sun. It's just leaving us being like, well, what else do we got? We got Cloud. We got Tina. We got JC. Now we have Diamond. And we have Marina Mabrey. Oh, wait. We might not have Marina Mabrey because Mabrey asked for a trade. On February 5th, she said, hey, get me out of here. I came here from Chicago Sky halfway through the season. It was like a big deal trade, and it felt like that was the move that was going to help the Sun make it all the way to the championships. It didn't happen, but Mabrey was clicking so well with the starting five and like having the time, especially it seemed like Chicago Sky, you know, we can get into it, but like Kennedy Carter, like didn't seem like it just seemed like a very toxic locker room. And Mabrey said, "Get me out." Boom, the Sun scooped her up, and she played for half a season with the Connecticut Sun team that we know and love. Boom, they're all gone. Now she's like, "Get me the F out of here. I want to play on a competitive team." I think, especially if you're a player where you've been playing for a few years, you have that experience, now you're ready to win a championship. It got that close, and now it slipped away. And now you're on a team where definitely next year you're not going to go to the championships, let alone probably the playoffs. You're like, "Get me out of here." And here's what happened. Connecticut Sun said, "Nah, sorry, you got to stay." And her agent went off. Nobody's happy. I'm sure Mabrey's like, "Still keep trying to get me off this team because I do not want to play for them." So we're probably going to lose Mabrey. If she stays, she's not going to be happy. If you're not happy, why are you going to play good? I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't. So this is like a hot, hot mess. It's not looking great. Some maybe positive move is that they did get a new coach, Rashid Mazine. He's a French basketball coach. He won EuroLeague Coach of the Year for the 2022-2023 season. So seems like a pretty decent coach. Hopefully he'll play well with the Sun. He also might just be trying to get his foot in the door for WNBA coaching, and may also be like, after this year, "Hey, get me the frick out of Connecticut." So I don't know. I don't know what we're looking at, you know. I'm guessing if Mabrey stays, we're looking at a starting five of Mabrey, Cloud, Tina, Diamond, JC. I mean, if you look at the rest of the roster, no one's super jumping out. But as I mentioned, the Sun is getting the number 8 and number 12 pick of the WNBA draft. So it's like, okay, they're trying to like foster new talent. And if you look at like what ESPN is projecting to be like the number 8 and number 12 pick, these look like decent players, you know, from number 8 pick from LSU, Alyssa Morrow, you know, a small forward, 6'1". You know, she her last season playing college, she averaged 18.1 points, 14.4 rebounds, 1.4 assists. You know, those numbers might go down a little bit making the move from college to WNBA, but that's still looking great. And I'm already like looking at 14.4 rebounds, and Tina Charles also like averaging 9-10 rebounds a game. Okay, maybe the Sun can just get all the rebounds and score, and that can make a super good defensive team. You know, Cloud's also great on defense. So that could be something, you know. So let's go, Sun. Let's go. I really hope Connecticut Suns are as happy as they could be after losing the starting five and Stephanie White. I mean, I can't imagine it. Okay, number 12 pick is projected to be Sonia Citron, who's from Notre Dame, and is a shooting guard. Okay, we got a shooter, 6'1", average 13.5 points, 5.5 rebounds, 2.9 assists. All right, we got some assists going. Let's get up these assists. So we're getting the rebounds and we're making assists. And if Mabrey's still there, like feed Mabrey. Maybe Mabrey will be like, "All right, this is actually fun. I'm good." I mean, if Cloud's still there, they could just be the best of friends and being like, "Isn't this a terrible situation?" Yes, this is a terrible situation. I don't know, guys. This is really rough. And here's my hot take on quote tanking to like maybe get Juju Watkins in a couple years. I think it's risky. Why do I think it's risky? LA Sparks fan here. And it kind of felt like last season, are we kind of tanking for Paige? And we made it to the point where we were part of the lottery. Are we going to get the number one pick? Are we going to get the number one pick? No, we're getting the number two pick. So, luckily the Sparks had a backup plan, Kelsey Plum. So I don't like tanking. I don't think it's a good idea. It's the probability is really not in your favor. So I don't love to watch a team tank for a down the road pick. So Connecticut surprised me. Do you have something else up your sleeve? We'll find out. If not, doing that to your fans, doing that to the players of just having a really unhappy season, really not cool. Not cool to see. And the more I read about it and learn about lack of facilities and resources and stuff, it's just like, ugh, not cool. So, what's going on with the Sun? What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like this video, give it a like. Sorry, I'm just like, don't give it a dislike because of the Connecticut Sun situation, because that's how I'm feeling. And subscribe for more videos. I'll keep cranking them out. So talk to you later. Love you. Bye.